Camera's out.
All right, yeah, your camera's off, dude, and we are live, and nobody can see dude because
Well, three of us are live.
He's not really there. So, hey y'all, I'm Steve K. Oh, now he's just gone. I'm Steve K588. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here. Get all that obligatory YouTube junk out of the way. Subscribe button, like button, hit that little bell, make it go ding, ding, ding. And you want to help support the Padawans? There's some links down below to help do that. Speaking of which, well, I'll get to it later. Let's go ahead and head around the room like a good host. Dude's back for a minute, so we'll go ahead and go. Dude first, you're up, man.
I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you that time, but yeah, we'll just go with
Nobody believe that.
Okay.
Not too much, I've been kind of getting ready for some videos that I'll be doing next week outside of the house per se, and some unknown destinations. So today I'm using a camera that's giving me a little bit of issues, but other than that, not too much. Really looking forward to what we have in store next week, and the following weeks, hopefully the video will be out.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah,
Man, I'm going to tell you this. I have a Dora the Explorer backpack.
That's fantastic.
do you really have the Dora the Explorer backpack? Because if you're teasing me here, I'm going to be upset.
Goodgame. I went all over Goodwills today and Savers, which is like there we go. That was not me that time.
There goes his camera again.
I went all over today, and I finally found one.
His microphone.
We'll get back to you on that one when you
Yeah.
put your battery back in there. Yeah, your microphone's dead now too, boss.
Cool story, bro. Tell
You're
it
kidding
again.
me, right?
So we can hear you, and it sounds like you're in the bottom of a pool. So, it sounds like. Hey, man, what you been up to, brother?
Just relaxing a little bit. Actually shot some video today, so hopefully I'll have that out pretty soon. Just same old ham radio and ham radio accessories.
Oops, I meant to leave that up there.
Yeah,
I think
Dora took him out.
Dora took him out because he stole her backpack. That's what it is.
First copyright strike.
There you go. And T.O., how you doing, man? We see you've been banished from the back room.
But yeah. Sorry, Thunder Sisters are streaming tonight, and it is almost good enough weather to stream from outside. I was thinking about doing it, but it's 54. I'm like, no, not yet.
I'm getting there.
I could actually stream from outside, but I'm just not.
Don't rub it in.
No, it's nice out there today. It was kind of ugly yesterday. I think I drove home on that Wonder Bus through about a foot of water, but anywho. So
Your bus has that snorkel attachment on it?
No, actually, my bus has a high-tech water inlet where it all just flows down through the windshield and into my lap. It's kind of nice. It keeps you nice and cool.
Yeah.
Keeps you hydrated.
Yeah, if you want a drink of kind of greasy water, you can just kind of lap it up, and
That's the best kind.
there. Oh, it only does it when you're running the air conditioner, though. In the winter, when you're running the heater, coolant comes out from under the pedals, and so
Your bus has an air conditioner. That's an upgrade.
it only has one vent that works, so it's pointing right there. So,
Right at you.
well, yeah, because it's up above me, so it's got to point straight down. But no, other than that, I get to teach a little STEM camp this summer, which is going to be, of course, ham radio, which will be cool. Kind of scrambling to come up with some projects and stuff for that. That'll be fun. See what we're going to do with them. I've got them for 3 weeks, it looks like. So I'm betting in 3 weeks I can get some new Padawans licensed if Mr. Steve K04 AFL, who's in the house, is available to help
He's
me out with
available.
that. He's always available.
I can speak for his time. He's available.
So,
Yeah.
now, in all seriousness, though, like I texted him was it the same morning, Steve? Maybe it was the night before. I don't remember. And I was like, hey, I got a couple more dudes I need to test. Can you do it? He goes, done. Here's your link. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
and so that should be fun. Curtis is talking about. Oh yeah, okay. So I was telling Curtis about your juice box or whatever it is that you had the 3D printed juice box, and
Yep.
I couldn't find the video, so you're gonna have to shoot me the link. And
I think it was called Portable Ham Shack, but T.O. actually just did the full build video.
Yeah,
Did
last
he?
week.
Okay. So it's in my to be caught up at some point.
Just post the link below to you.
Yeah, throw a link in there.
I'll grab it.
And speaking of 3D printing, Curtis, and so I bought. I've been having fit with my Ender 3 for like a year. And it turns out it's just, I did replace some parts that needed replacing, but the filament. And so I got this stuff.
That's what I use.
And this stuff, I mean, somebody came in my room and jacked up like a 2-day print. But other than that, I like that stuff. And it's cheaper too. It's like $22 a spool or something like that. So it's not bad.
That's exactly what I use.
Hey, Good Game. Did you get the link out to Beer Snack? We're supposed to be doing his test right now during this stream. Steve has it all set up, I believe. We're just waiting for Beer Snack to join in and start testing away.
I didn't get that one, but we can we stream that over here so people can watch? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, he's supposed to be doing his amateur extra test.
Watch him sweat.
I didn't get that link, so.
Could you imagine the sweat rolling off that big bald head of his as he's taking the extra test?
Hey, get careful about bald heads.
No, I'm talking about Beer Snack's bald head.
Point a light at him, like one of those old school lights with the heat coming off of it.
And just so you know, go ahead and throw that out there. Not 10 meters is open right now.
Somebody was saying 12 was open earlier.
Jason was saying that, yeah.
I will go ahead and say, nice thing about having your kid who is also a ham. Yesterday when it started storming, and I didn't realize it was going to get that rough, it was kind of nice being able to call the child unit and say, hey, go and hook all the antennas. And she's like, okay. I was like, score, because had I called my wife, it would have taken some explaining.
Would have been like, what do you mean antennas?
It's like, no, the kind of big round cable going in the bag.
What do you mean cable?
Yeah.
This place is a mess.
I saw K6ARK making a contact on 6 meters with a 5 station. I don't know if that 5 station was in Texas or not, but that's where I'm going to start with the story.
And hey, dude's back. Speaking of K6ARK, he was on top of some mountain somewhere like he usually is, doing 5 watts with a little mini loop the other day. And I recorded some, well, it's video, but for the audio purposes, I could hear you over here. I didn't even think about trying to answer you just because we know how that worked out last time. But I'll send that to you if you want to hear what you sound like from Ippy Sippy to California. So
I'm trying to get say hey to everybody in the chat, but
yeah, I gotta roll back. I gotta roll back and do that, but we gotta get dude if he'll stop. Like his camera keeps like sliding around and stuff.
Sorry about that. I do think it is the aftermarket, made in some country, off-brand battery extender that I have to use usually with this Canon. So I went to the battery direct. I just don't know if I'm going to get an hour out of this battery. So once this dies, I'll go to my webcam and we'll be all good.
So it's the changing cameras of the dude. So who we got in the house today? Got T.O., Andy, got some of the Don Army, FEP Labs radio.
That's Jim.
And Keith's in the house. B. Daly.
Yeah, Jim changed his name to FEP Labs, and then he bought an oscilloscope, and now he's cranking out videos on that.
Yeah, and he should have an affiliate link in that channel because he's been selling those things like hotcakes.
He sure has. I didn't even know I wanted a scope, but now I want one.
Well, yeah, it's like going into Home Depot. They have stuff you didn't even know you needed.
Yeah,
like, how did I go this long without a scope?
That's like Harbor Freight for me. I walk in there and
Yeah.
I need some screwdrivers, and I come out $120 later.
Right. I need 6 or 7 Apache cases for no reason at all. I need some of those ammo cases because they hold batteries. Hey, there's some gloves over there. I might as well buy gloves for gardening, even though I don't garden.
Speaking of Apache cases, seriously, I was trying to clean up the other day while doing some work. It doesn't really work out. I've got so many of them sitting around. I'm like trying to find a reason to justify putting a GoPro in one. I'm like, there's just not enough GoPro to it. So
yeah, I actually
one little GoPro in a big old case. It's kind of.
I actually need a drill bit kit. I need a drill bit assortment. Mine is getting a little long in the tooth, I think is the right way to say it.
So I've just broken enough of mine that it's time for a new one.
I saw you guys were talking about K6ARK when I was out. I was still listening, guys, but I just couldn't talk. It's 2 separate issues, but wanted to mention that K6ARK, his antenna may make a debut wherever in the world I end up next week.
Ruh-roh.
The suspense is even more enticing now.
I'm overplaying this, aren't I?
No, man, sell it. You got to sizzle it, son.
You gotta sell it, and I'm just waiting to see you go hiking with the Dora backpack because I pretty regularly play that song in my classroom.
Well, the YouTuber that I'm going to be meeting up with to do this, he's probably going to be kind of curious why I got a Dora backpack on, you know?
It'll be all right.
He knows you.
If he doesn't,
So if I was looking in the chat, I noticed that you didn't get the memo that Mr. K5YBY's name has changed for the month of May. He's now Jet Bro.
He's Jet Bro, not Bro
Jet
Jet.
Bro. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was Bo's doing. Bo calls him Jet Bro now, so that's May. We got to give him a new one in June.
Okay, I'll play that game.
So, but yeah, other than that, just been kind of chilling. Now we do actually supposedly kind of sort of have a topic, but we never really stick to it, which is
Topic.
yeah, kind of mobile operations. And honestly, part of it's selfish because I'm going to go on several long road trips this summer, and I've never done HF mobile, even though I had that 7100 in the truck for a long time. I just never.
Can you put it back in? You're gonna put it
Oh
back
yeah,
in?
I can. I might put it back in there for the trip, but my plan with that, I think, right now is I'm going to kind of perma install it into the camper, and kind of where my mobile
And just
office
ride
is.
back there while the wife tries or something, or what?
You apparently have not heard the stories about the wife driving. So she has to drive my truck to work about once a week, and that's part of the reason I'm going to give up the bus this year because it just stresses me out her driving my baby. So
you're not gonna drive it anymore?
no, I'm so tired. I mean, I've got antifreeze toes and stuff. I'm done with it. Then now, in all honesty, you know, I could use that 3 hours a day doing my other stuff and not constantly be running behind on videos. So I've got too many jobs at the moment, and if I'm picking stuff to go, that's definitely one.
That's that's the top of the list.
That's it. It's gone. So plus, you know, some of the ARRL stuff, I have to like haul tail home to get home in time for a meeting kind of thing.
Yeah, I got you.
And this way, if I have a meeting like right at 3, I can just stick at school and do it there or something like that. So not have to go drive a bunch of heathens home.
Scott must be in marketing. He says Jet Bro sounds like something that would be sold on the 3 a.m. infomercial. 4 easy payments of $29.95 for a Jet Bro.
But wait, there's more. Order now and get a free essential oil from Ham Radio, dude.
There you go. You've even got the voice, dude.
I try. That's yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm lucky with that.
So you're talking about mobile, not portable, though, right?
Yeah, mobile. Like as I'm mobiling. So you know, and I mean, it's obviously I've got the 5100 in there right now. I'm looking forward to actually going someplace where there's some D-Star repeaters to play. I mean, there's some up in Memphis, but I don't go to Memphis too often because I have to pack out so many different things to go to Memphis. You know.
Doesn't your 705 have a D-Star scan and acquire mode or something like that?
They've got the nearby repeater function on it where you can load all the repeaters into it, and then it uses the GPS to, you know, pull. Is that
how the 5100 works? Or
yeah, it does the same thing. And I mean, I love that feature. That is by far the biggest thing I like about that 5100 is no matter where I am in the country, I just hit a button and I've got all the repeaters, assuming repeater book's up to date. So
yeah, I want to get the 5100 for a shack UHF EHF radio.
So I had it in here for a good long while the 7100 was in the truck, and then honestly, the main reason I took the 7100 out of the truck was it was taking my cup holder, and I need at least 2 cups.
Can't be doing that.
So
well, yeah, I mean it's a 15-minute commute. That's at least 2 mugs of coffee for you, right?
That's a significant amount of coffee. So, and you know the wife's got that invisible line drawn between the cup holders, and it's like, you know, it's like Gandalf, you shall not pass this line. And so,
what are your considerations on a camper going mobile and having an HF antenna? I mean, obviously clearance would be a big one, right?
Well, as far as on the camper, I wouldn't put the antenna permanently on the camper. You know, for going mobile, I have a pull behind. So I want something in the truck. So as I'm driving, I mean, I'm driving to Connecticut this summer, and that's a hike, ladies. So, you know,
it's like, how long is that? Like 30 hours for you?
I don't know. I got to stop for coffee. People told me this place called Wawa or something's got good coffee and stuff. So I got to stop at every Wawa I see just to make sure. So
Everybody talks about wow. Apparently, you got to get a sandwich there too.
Yeah.
Lee just ordered a
Fresh from the deli.
5100.
yeah, Lee just ordered, and you're going to love that. I love that radio. In fact, I've probably gotten 5 or 6 of the club members at the Oxford Club to get that radio just because a lot of people don't like it because it's got that big screen. But as we age, I tend to like
That's why I want
it. It's my mother-in-law has got that little 4100, which is a nice little radio, but I can't read that crap. I'm like,
Yeah, that's why I like the 5100 for that big old screen.
and I've got some cell phone mount thing that sits up on the dash, and it just kind of hovers right there, and I love that radio. I will tell you though, when it comes in, you got to turn the mic gain up a little bit because it comes preset a little bit low. It's easy to do. It's just one of the menu options, but every one of them I've ever heard straight out of the box comes out a little bit low. You gotta crank it up a touch.
Yeah, so I have a pop-up camper, and if I was going to operate HF in that, I would just put an external antenna up. I would just put up like an NFET or something like that outside the camper.
Yeah,
That's Commander.
Right,
I think
and
that's
then
what I'm going to do.
run the coax in. But are you looking to do HF in the truck?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking I'd like to, just because I never have. It's one of those, I ain't never done it, so I might as well give it a shot and see.
And that's where I was going with like the clearance thing on the camper. Like if you're going to be going mobile and wanting to do HF, you're going to have to consider that. But like the Tar Heel, I guess isn't too.
So, well, and I've got some ham sticks that
ham sticks.
I could throw on there.
I was going to say, I've got 8 words for you. Ham sticks.
So, they're the off-brand. The Jetstream, I think is, but I finally got those things, just right to tune up. So it's kind of a pain in the rear end to get those going right, but I may throw those on there. I just put a camper shell on the truck. So if I wanted to be a real turret, I'd put the ham stick on top of the camper shell, but then I'm going to hit every bridge I come to.
Screw
Well,
it
you
in.
just mount it on
Right.
the lip of the bed, though, right? That's probably what I would do.
Well, I can't. It would have to go on like the bumper now because
Mm.
that shell covers the whole.
There's no lip of the bed anymore.
Oh, there he goes.
There goes his battery.
I'll be
Change
back.
Just so you know, you did not get an hour out of that battery.
We
might
have 2
have some-
viewers that can see that.
What am I going to do?
ZL4RA and BK7HH.
True.
But you might
Yeah.
have some problems with your signal getting out if you mount it down on the bumper and have the camper, like in between the camper
Yeah.
and the truck.
So
Yeah,
I have
and-
no idea what I'm talking about, but for HF Mobile, I would want something that had the integrated antenna and tuner and rig, like the 891 plus the screwdriver antenna that Yaesu sells as an example.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be messing with the tuner, and I don't want to be changing antennas, and I want to be able to make contacts on the run and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be the ideal. In fact, MFJ's got that screwless screwdriver that they're going to be dropping,
Screwdriver.
and it's all done with the relays inside or whatnot. But
You still
Yeah,
need the control box, though, right? I mean, you might be better off just sticking to 20 meters or something with 20-meter ham stick.
yeah, see, that's what I was saying. If I just throw a ham stick up, I can leave 20 meters on in the day because I'm never going to drive at night.
Yeah.
Not pulling that thing. And then
I don't know. 20 meters opens up again at like 11 o'clock or midnight around here.
That's past my bedtime. I'm kind of old.
Somebody posted on Twitter today, tell me that you're old without saying how old you are. And I'm like, I have a ham radio call sign.
Nah, I got a bunch of 11-year-olds with those. But,
Yep.
But no, I go to bed at 9 o'clock. Maybe that's it. I had to put that there because I don't hear that often. So thank you for that, Izza. I'm gonna need to suck some coffee.
Yeah, I would look at the Tar Heel too, only because I don't have one. I'd look at the ham stick because it's kind of modular. You can change out bands real easy, and those ham sticks have that octopus mount thing, so you can do ham stick dipoles or something along those lines. I might even mess with a buddy pole, but I wouldn't leave it on the car
No,
while driving.
and I'm eventually gonna put a front. What do they call them? Like a cattle guard on the truck because I need to put a
Roof
front.
bars.
Yeah, that way in case I hit a pedestrian. I mean an animal, then it doesn't damage my truck.
You are in
Yeah,
the
I've got
school
one on
crossing
my-
zone quite a lot.
I've got one on my Jeep, and so much of the powder coat has chipped off of it that is starting to have a rust problem, so I'm probably going to need to have that switched out this year. I think it was like $1,200 too.
Just
But,
take it off and spray paint it orange. You'll be okay.
yeah, I don't know. Got to figure out what I'm going to do with it.
Time to get a new car.
No, I love that thing.
So that's kind of my truck. I want to be able to mount that front receiver hitch so we can throw some other stuff on the front. So
I'll tell you, I miss cars after moving to Wisconsin. Anything you buy just returns to nature within a year.
That's what you were saying.
It's all that salt.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
So, oh, Chuck's in the house. What's up?
Yo.
Chuck.
So let's hang on. Oh, ARK's got. Which one is he talking about? The Tar Heel, I guess.
The ATAS.
Okay.
The ATAS 120 for Yaesu. That self tuning screwdriver type antenna.
So I wouldn't mind having one, but we'll see.
Wolf River coils, man. You can just reach out and have it on the side view mirror and tune it as you're driving.
Yeah, they actually offered to send me one of those. I don't know, several months ago, but they wanted somebody testing it with, 1,500 watts, and
You ain't got 1,500
I
watts.
ain't got 1,500 watts. So.
I heard it puts out an interesting light show if you do full power through a Wolf River coil.
They have a new one. They have a new one.
I was like, man, I'd love to, but the cost of the amp, if I want a Wolf River coil, I'll just buy one because the amp's significantly more.
Well, Tio, you got an amp, right?
I do. It's making a nice cup holder right now. I have 1.5 amps.
So now I actually have an amp under my carport that a buddy of mine gave me about a year ago that I think the thing probably weighs 300 pounds. And it's some homemade job that I don't know. I'm afraid to plug it into anything.
Right. You need to take out an insurance policy before you plug it in.
Yeah, because I've never even plugged it into the wall. I know the way this guy kind of does a lot of other things, and I'm like,
That's when you take that thing down to the club shack with all the OMs present and plug it in and get it all configured and play with it. Let all the smoke out.
Yeah.
Explode.
Take it to the fire department where at least I have the truck nearby in case things get ugly.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really considered doing HF in the vehicle. I just think that is too much for me.
Well, I think it would be too much and a pain in the butt for just a normal commute. But like that, now the first leg of the trip, we're just going up to Nashville. That won't be too bad. But that second leg, I'm going all the way up to Ohio, up Cincinnati-ish.
How many hours in a single day will you drive?
8-ish.
Yeah, it's probably the
yeah,
max
you're
for
getting
me
old.
is 8.
No,
I'd prefer
I'll
that to be
actually
more like 6.
keep in mind 8 hours yanking a camper behind me is
That's some work.
it's not the same as 8 hours without one. But I also have to be a little bit. I can't get too lead-footed anymore because I have that commercial driver's license for the bus, and
But you're not going to do that anymore, bro. It don't matter.
yeah, but the insurance I
I'm
can't.
not happy look
I
going
can't
on.
defensive drive the tickets away as long as I have that license. So I can't do that. Yeah, our dude's kind of changed his look again.
Well, I went and got the Sony camera back because we all know Sony has great, camera quality here. And that's just a testament to the fact that I'll never buy a Canon again. Not that the battery died, but that it won't focus and it has all these issues.
Did Chuck hear you say that? Because he's going to start posting.
I will say, though, I don't have the charger plugged in to this either. So I think I'll get the time out of it, though.
You're just living dangerously.
I got to apologize to everybody in the chat for being a distraction here tonight, which is typically
Distraction?
not me at all, by
No.
the way. Sorry, though. I do apologize.
So you had some stickers you wanted to show us before, and your camera wasn't focusing. So now your camera's focusing.
I don't know if that was on stream or not, but yeah, I got a
It is
smoke
now.
sticker,
Damn,
got it.
son.
Just
temporarily
saying.
offline sticker. I got a ham radio dude sticker. That's the best one there.
Who's that guy?
I got a Steve Goodgame sticker. So
Booyah.
basically, these guys are all sending me
son,
stickers.
where'd you find this?
That's a really cool. Where'd you find this? But basically, man, these guys are all sending me stickers. And I'm loading them up in my coolers. So I got one on the coolers, and then I have one on the Lieutenant Dude antenna, and anything extra I have, I put on the water jug, right?
Yeah,
So-
did you catch that we actually addressed your antenna to Lieutenant Dude And
Yes,
then,
I
you
saw
know,
that.
yeah.
I saw that. I was actually kind of smiling. I'm like, I bet
I was
they-
gonna leave just Lieutenant Do, but I don't know. My mail lady kind of gets a little off, and so I was afraid to not put your name there because mine would be like, "Oh, this isn't the right house," and she'll send it
Absolutely,
back.
that would have absolutely occurred. So thank you for not doing that. But yeah, I got a smile out of it anyway. So thank you, appreciate that.
We got 2 6 calls in the chat talking about how their cannons are wonderful.
Well,
Yeah, well, okay,
My
Good
cannon
one.
does fine.
I had a Canon and I hated it because it wouldn't do clean HDMI out, and so I couldn't feed it into the computer. So I mean, it was an okay camera. It had a real nice flip up, but then I got the Sony ZV-1, and so far
oh
I'm pretty
yeah,
pretty happy with this camera.
Club ZV1 fist pump.
That's
See, look, I
right.
could give him a fist pump. And it's crystal
I'm
clear.
knocking everything over.
There goes
not-
the ZV-1.
Not
No,
the
no,
ZV1,
still got that.
Not the ZV1.
There's some multimeter or something. Whatever.
No, there was my PTT button that I haven't wired up yet.
So actually, you guys were talking about radios and everything, and that 5100 looks kind of cool. And I'm kind of in the unpopular spectrum, possibly, but I'm a FTM 400 guy in my truck, and I will say I've had issues with the screen where I've had to take the radio apart, reseat the cable. Yeah.
The menus, bro. The menus.
Everybody hates the menus, but once you get used to them, man, they ain't that bad.
I'll tell you,
Go ahead.
it's all about that nearby repeater thing for me, though. I love that
That does sound pretty remarkable for
because
sure.
I don't have to program a road trip. I can just go and just hit scan.
But they're
and-
D-Star. Their D-Star repeaters is the only
No,
problem.
it gets analog too. It's
Yeah, but not DMR is what Abe's saying.
why would I want DMR? I don't want to sound like I'm
It's
talking to
better.
people through a straw.
Well, I mean, DMR sounds good with a good DMR radio.
Yeah, mine sounds fine, Abe.
And you know
Yours
what?
don't-
It might if the local DMR repeater ever worked. So
Well, I didn't know that it did analog radio. That just upped the game for me.
Yeah, that is kind of pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
it,
I might
it,
have
search,
to,
it searches both digital and analog. So
Yeah, Chuck's wanting to know if that 5100 comes with a bracket. Oh, somebody's sore.
did you get butt hurt?
It would be a lot cooler if it came with a bracket. I
To
will
be
say
fair,
that.
yeah, it should come with a
Smoke
bracket.
Signals RF, that's the Sony ZV-1, like Zulu Victor 1, like the number 1. He wanted to know. So it's the camera that I'm on right now, so if you like this camera and how it focuses, it's a pretty good idea there. But, well, that's interesting. So it'll actually pick up, how does it do analog repeaters? Because it's based off of that whole, like, GPS thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's just you'll just load in a repeater list into it by SD
It does
card.
it does the proximity search like you do in
Yeah.
a repeater book. So I thought that what it did is it pinged D-Star repeaters, and then based off of the signal of the strength of the ping that it would program it. But I was wrong.
No, it just you load it in there, and the GPS as you drive, it just updates your scan list. You know, as I get farther away from Memphis, the Memphis repeater will fall off, and Nashville will pick up. And
That's, I'll be completely honest with you. That's a selling point for me. I really like that idea.
so, and that's
Yeah, me too.
I mean, that's the main reason everybody at the local club is buying it. I'm like, dude, keep in mind, I'm kind of old. I mean, I used to have to program the old Yaesu FT5100, and it took, you want to take a road trip, it took forever to program all those repeaters in.
So the only thing that has changed then is the model number, because it still takes forever
Yeah.
to program a Yaesu.
It does.
So,
Well, look, everybody in the swap chat, look for a dude to be selling the FT400.
Nah, I wouldn't get rid of that.
Dan
But-
the Beer Snack is asking if the 5100 will APRS. I think it does DPRS, right?
yeah, it does the DPRS, which apparently will report to APRS-FI, but I've not messed with it.
Interesting.
So, isn't Beer Snack supposed to be in a test right now?
He's
That's a good
supposed to be.
question.
I've been asking KO4AFL to get him the link.
Yeah, you're supposed to be taking your test so we can report the results live. It's like,
I mean, Gigaparts has the 5100 for the 5100A for $399.95, which
Yeah,
Hey, give me one, bro, while you're at it.
yo man, I gotta calm it. I gotta cool it here. You know what I mean? I'm doing this.
he got the bill the other day. He's like, oh,
I'm doing this new adventure, but here's what I'm going to say. And I know we're talking mobile radios tonight, but that new ID52A, I think is right.
Yeah.
The new
Yeah.
ID52A, if it has those same features,
It does.
So yeah, and there's no doubt. First, it's waterproof, and then it's going to be able to do that. And with what I'm thinking I'm trying to do with this channel right now, traveling a lot is going to be great to have that feature. So
Yeah.
ICOM, you sold
now
me.
I need a 52A, and I didn't know it.
I never really liked Yaesu anyway. ICOM, you sold me.
There you go. So I'm telling you, that's the biggest selling. Everybody I talk to is like, I don't know, I like Ace. I'm like, yeah, but you can go anywhere with this and hit a button and find your repeaters.
This is where we start to talk about thinking outside the box in amateur radio and the radios that are being offered. You know, we could talk about like it doesn't have USB-C or it does have USB-C, but really like starting to add like these really specific features that are very beneficial for us. And those are the things that are going to start to sell us.
Well, and it's also the same kind of thing I tell the Padawans at school. I'm like, you know, as technology changes, learn how to integrate different technologies to make a better product. I mean, GPS going in with that radio, boom, I guess from a programming standpoint, it's probably not all that tough. So whoever it was that came up with that idea is like, I bet we can sell a radio or two. So yeah,
right?
if you're listening, ICOM, I've sold you a bunch of those. So hint, hint.
Yeah. And if you're listening, I wouldn't mind checking one out, you know.
I don't know. I still want to talk about the Vero, the VR. What is it? VR 7300, 7200, 7100, whatever that model number is. Let me look up the model number. It is a faceless Android-controlled radio.
Nightwolf.
That makes me worried, though. I mean, it looks cool, but the one thing I'll say is that when I've played around with devices that are these Android-esque devices, they always have something goofy with them.
7500.
Dan says that my diner doubles as a roller disco, and it will if y'all donate. I'll show you.
Oh, yeah. So, but
We got a gal at work that has her hairdo like one of those roller derby girls from the 80s.
Heck yeah, it's cool.
So
man.
well, you know that '80s look is coming back. So
it's real long black roots, and then the rest of it's like platinum blonde and high ponytail and all that stuff. So we all call her roller derby. She didn't like it very much.
yeah, there were a bunch of 8th graders walking around today with mullets. The mullet is back. So
Oh, the
telling you,
mullet's
right?
been back for a couple years now.
yeah, but these kids have got a solid mullet now. It's not just.
You should let Shane borrow some of that.
I'm telling you, man. I had to grow this out, but now I'm thinking about keeping it.
This one cat had even had the Hall and Oates T-shirt on with it. I was like, dude, there you go.
Did he have a pack of Marlboro Reds or?
It was probably in his backpack because he knew we had to check them.
Probably
Oh,
Lucky
there we
Strikes.
go.
Oh, here we
Have to
go.
dance. Yeah. So, yep, that $5 is going to go to my summer Padawans because I don't know where I don't know where the budget's coming from for that. So we'll see how that goes. Scout says it's not a mullet, it's a skullet.
It's
We're
close.
getting old.
It's somewhere in between.
I think we're all wearing hats. We're getting old.
So well, that's my head's feeling again.
My head's cold.
Yeah, it's because you're young. Give it a couple of years. Catch up to us.
I just shave it off so I don't show the bald spots because they are growing. But no, appreciate that beer snack. Now get in there and take your extra test.
I pretty much figure if I start to get old and lose my hair, I'm going to do like the shaving the top, but I'm going to leave the sides out. You know, like what is that, Woolly Willy or what was that game?
The Road Warriors.
The Road
No, I know
Warriors,
what you're talking about. It's the little magnetic thing
the
where you get to
magnetic
draw
thing,
the face. Yep.
Woolly Willy or whatever. Where
Yep.
All right, you got to hit it.
I'm hitting it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, boy.
What's up, Ishmael? How you doing, man? So,
I can officially agree with Marty.
So, oh,
I don't think my light that too much.
My wife wouldn't even get mad if I agreed with you, Marty.
Started sparking. over
meanwhile, I'm changing it off because mine would. Mine's from the 70s.
Oh.
And
So,
we got another one in here.
oh, we got another one, Scout. I'm not sure what that was. That kind of threw me off.
there. Mike's mom. Yeah, hold on. I gotta take this.
Excellent.
Sweet, appreciate that, Scout. So,
Oh man, we gotta get that
Aquanet
exercise.
and hair
in.
gel.
I don't need hair gel, but I do have Aquanet. for the coffee. But thanks for that, Izzo. And yeah, I do have Aquanet because I have found with 3D printing, you spray a little bit of Aquanet on there and
Yes, sir.
works like a champ.
That and
Yes, sir.
glue stick. I've
Glue
used
stick.
glue stick a little bit.
That Aquanet works good for antenna launchers too.
So I've not tried that.
That's right. You spray it in there and it launches. That's actually Aquanet is the best for antenna launchers.
No, starting fluid.
Oh,
You know,
ether. Whoa.
Yeah, starting fluid. Boom.
Serious.
I would be a little bit concerned about the PVC at that point.
I'll let you hold on to that one, Abe.
I've done it before.
I'll watch.
Just video it. Picture it didn't happen, brother.
Actually, I
like
might
the
have
way-
one, and
Oh, hey.
well, I'm not going to say some of the incorrigible things we've done because there's mixed company here. But I'll tell you all
Cover
about
your
it
ears,
offline.
dude. Grown folks are talking.
What I'll tell you is I think we just came up with a great topic for Monday Night Ham Radio, theme night. And
Yeah.
that's everybody builds
Explosions.
well, yeah, that too.
Explosions.
Everybody builds their own antenna launcher.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I'm just plugging in that amplifier that's out there.
I was just going to hire a kid down the road and be like, climb that tree, but hey.
Whatever works.
We've actually got one of those. In fact, the Padawan that I'm still waiting on MFJ to get the G90 in for, they were asking at the meeting last night. He showed up to the meeting, and they're like, well, we just need somebody to go climb a tower. And he's like, I'll do it. I was like,
Nice.
Nope.
I was like,
Sign the waivers.
yeah,
Oral.
I don't even like getting on the step ladder to do the light bulbs.
Okay, I broke my foot stepping out of my camper a year and a half ago, so I'm not climbing a tower.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that either.
I'd be getting old. But no, that kind of backtracking a little bit, that ID52, I would love to have one of those things.
They got to get on them chips. They're talking
Gotta get
about
those
even
chips.
bigger chip problems now.
Yeah, in fact, Curtis and I were talking today, the same thing. The car markets, they can't get their chips now, so a bunch of trucks just sitting there with chipless.
The Illuminati is controlling the chip market, and they're holding back on stuff right now to drive the prices up. Is my understanding.
That's how they get you.
Well, you're right. They want to push the big oil agenda, and they figured that the chip market was the way to do it.
What I'll tell you is you were talking about cars there, Good Game, and I keep having the dealership call me and offering me some absurd amount of money for my truck. And I
Yeah.
kept saying no. But after my truck started to fall apart again today, I said, yeah, you know what? Maybe we can make this work,
What happened to the truck?
The window fell all the way down off the track for the 1800th time in 2 years.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, it's not anything important, but hey, if they're going to buy it from me,
If they're going to buy it, hey, because, I mean, they legitimately are short on
yeah.
vehicles.
They're offering some absurd amount. Like I said, I think I owe like 19 on the truck, right? And they're like, we'll give you 25 or 7 if it was in good shape. I'm like,
It's in good enough shape. Do it.
oh, it's impressive. Yeah, but it's not
Put the window
perfect
back on the
shape.
track, and
That's their
they'll never
problem.
know.
Yeah, but when
Yeah,
you get up there, they're going to be like, well, son, your differential joint's slipping, and then your flux capacitor's got... They're going to give you all kinds of reasons why it's not worth what they told you on the
Say,
phone.
have a good day. I'm going to buy a Bronco.
Yeah,
So-
they're like, bye. Well, what about all that radio stuff you got in the middle of it? What will you do with that?
Take it out and put the old console back in. Sounds
He's
like a
thought about
legitimate-
You need to take it out anyway because you got to get that 5100.
That's right. And that's all that's going to matter is that 5100 now, and probably an HF radio. Now, I think there's a easy possibility with a truck for HF because you have quite a few more options for antennas, right?
Yeah. Now, honestly, the the 7100 does VHF, UHF as well as HF, but I don't. The only thing I don't, I like to listen to both at one time. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
One in each ear.
So but it's. Yeah, I like the 5100 in there, and I may, like I said, for this road trip, I may throw the 7100 because it's got the detachable little stand-up dealy bopper.
So Steve is on he's a 705 HF mobile, and my question also would be is I assume the 705 does, but any other ones do like Bluetooth integrated into your vehicle's stereo system?
Yep. Yeah. Or the little. In fact, I've got it right here somewhere.
See, I don't like that feature.
I don't like it, but it's got the little. You can get. I mean, any Bluetooth headset, but the little icon one's got the little PTT or even just the regular Bluetooth earbuds.
Yeah, the PTT is good. Like I definitely don't want to operate on Vox.
So
I feel
No.
like I feel like that's a great idea. I mean, to have that capability for me, I think that's cool. I'm deaf, so
but see, it would drive me nuts because she's in the car with her music or whatever, and
We gotta listen to slow jam. Like how you gonna listen to slow jam?
I can put the earbuds in and not listen to slow jam. That's the
Gotcha.
true.
and she'll just wonder why all of a sudden I'm talking every now and then to random people. So Vox is a bad idea. It can be, especially if I'm going to be driving, pulling a camper. It might not go well. I might say something. But
I recognize something. It's not
What's
related to mobiles. It's not related to mobiles. But Steve, you have a G90, right? Steve.
Steve T.O., yeah. My daughter's got
No.
one.
My daughter
your
has
daughter
one.
has
His
one.
daughter has one.
Okay.
Ape has one.
Ape
And
has
now
one.
Dude has one.
So
It's-
that's the thing I've realized with the G90 when you use that. And I'm sorry we're going off the mobile thing again.
Nah, I don't care
It's-
what we talk about.
It's ham
I only-
radio, guys.
I only put a topic because I felt like we had to put a topic.
Oh yeah. That's a good topic next week. We have to have a topic.
Right next week.
But,
The topic is the topic.
When you use that SWR analyze feature on the G90, it scans the whole band. So technically, it does that transmit of the whole band, which you'd be technically operating out of band, especially, right?
Well,
like
it doesn't. It
or
has
out of-
band
out of
edges.
privilege.
Unless you cut the chip out, which you're not supposed to do, it will
Right.
respect the band edges. But you can actually
However-
you can control the band pass for the SWR scan.
Oh, okay, so you could set it between like 7.175.
Well, you can just set the width, so you could say
See.
do 20 kilohertz, and if you do that too
Yeah.
close to the band edge, and you've de-chipped your radio, you might have a problem.
Very interesting. See, that's really cool to know, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so with the antenna analyzer function, it should be putting out a significantly small amount of wattage such that it doesn't matter. Like there's band privileges, but then you can also broadcast on FM as long as you're not broadcasting above a certain wattage, like the old cigarette lighter to FM adapter things
Oh,
for
yeah.
the portable
Well,
disc band.
The G90 7 was it 175 version firmware released one. They had to release 5 versions of that same version. Went to 20 watts out. Went to 20 watts out when it was tuning. So, which is bad for your finals and stuff like that. So I wonder if it was doing the same thing for the SWR test, because this same mechanism would be used to test your SWR's tuning, right?
It's interesting. It's very interesting stuff. But what I will say is, all those little problems aside, I mean, that seems like a pretty neat little radio.
Oh, they're awesome.
Because I mean, technically, anytime you use an antenna analyzer, you're transmitting out of the band until you get that antenna tuned. I mean, there's a lot of times I'm building a 20-meter antenna and I'm at 13 point something megahertz.
So, and the one thing I like about the G90 is it's cheap. So there's enough power to it. In fact, Curtis, if he's still in here, that was his first HF radio.
Mhm.
He's on the second. He's on the second already.
No, he's not yet.
Oh, okay.
But he's
Man.
already eyeballing the 7300.
He's catching up to
we
the
can't
dude.
tell his spousal unit, but I just realized that sometimes they watch together. Just kidding, Marsha. But
Yeah, but also your antenna
Different
putting
Curtis.
out is putting out like fractions of a watt, like milliwatts and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
I doubt that the G90 is going that low. But I don't know for sure. I've never measured it.
It's just interesting. And, I suppose if you wanted to go mobile with it, you could, which is kind of cool. But it wouldn't be like an ideal situation, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is, the screen is a little bit small. So if you mounted that in your car and you're driving, now people do it, and it does have channels, so you could channelize. Like if you're getting on the same net every day or something like that while you're driving.
it's good to know we were safe there, Curtis, because I'd hate to have spoiled that plan.
I do think you got a really good point about going mobile with either an HF rig or with a regular rig band. Yeah, even
I mean, I got my
young
sandwich.
self,
I got my Coke going.
Yeah.
I got my slow jam playing. I'm driving.
got my cell phone in my ear too. And
Right. I'm talking to somebody doing business, and then
I'm doing
trying
my
to
nails.
trying to tune in somebody. I can't do it.
Eat
Now,
your McDonald's.
I will
Yeah,
say,
I'm just not.
Go
I
ahead.
don't need another distraction like that while I'm trying to drive.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I think it's something to consider definitely when you want to purchase a radio for what would be mobile. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I did find that when I was in the truck the other day looking, this little sunglass holders that are never big enough for sunglasses anyway at the top
Yeah.
of my truck. The 7100 control unit fits in there perfectly.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm
You know,
like, that might have to stay. I was
you
like,
were you were talking about when I was going in and out earlier about 3D printing and some filament that I'd never seen before. But you could even always, if you needed to, make some kind of clamp or even like a mount for the radio in that case. But for your situation, it sounds like it'll work out perfect.
yeah,
but,
just stick it up there.
yeah.
My
just
buddy
have-
mounted that was it the IC450, that little one that you were talking about. Good game. He mounted that in his sunglasses thing, so it just hits it, and his Forerunner opens up, and then he's got that little Icom in there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really clean install.
So, no, but the 4100 head unit's much smaller though. Are you putting it actually in the sunglasses? See, I would actually have to take the actual door pivot thing off. Once you take that pivot thing off, it just slides perfectly up, and I'd have to find a way to secure it in there. But that's an angry guy. No,
Yeah, angry guy must be here. Hey, angry guy.
you're not a part of the bunch if you don't get the occasional angry guy thumb.
To be fair, there might be a new angry guy since we're talking about ICOM and not Yesu tonight.
There may be, but
Wait till next week. We'll talk about Yezu next week.
Maybe it's somebody over there at the
yeah, we
Zoom.
can. I can talk about all my dead Yesus that are sitting around.
I'm a Yaesu fan. I just like radios. I don't really care too much who the manufacturer is.
Tell you
That's
what,
it.
the only radio that I don't like is the one that I do not talk about
So
because I'm all
yeah.
professional.
Right,
talk about it all the time offline.
name. I won't
you're-
mention its name in public.
it's like
When you're
old-
temporarily offline, you talk about it all the
the
time.
radio who shall not be named.
Exactly.
But no, I used to be pretty brand agnostic. I guess that's big wordology. But
Yeah.
ever since I discovered that little nearby repeater thing, I will never buy another brand. Well, I can't say never, but my main first thing is always going to be look at, because I mean I travel a bunch, and that's a big seller for me.
And I think part of it too, though, is if you're going to buy a radio, we're sitting here saying like, I'll never buy, or I may never buy another radio besides this brand and brand loyalty. But there are people out there who, again, we talk about it all the time. Maybe they can't afford that brand, and so whatever it's going to take you to get on the air for what you're looking to do, man, go for it.
And that's where I was going earlier with that G90. I was like, that's a great first radio for it. It's 20 watts out is enough that you can make some contacts. You're only out $450 or something like that. So,
Well, you I always say about it, you get the scope on it. It doesn't have a lot of controls, so it's not difficult to use. It's a great way to learn about radio, how to work a radio. And 20 watts is fine if you spend a little bit of time learning or building or getting yourself a good antenna.
Now, let me tell you this too. This G90, the speaker sounds way better than the X5105, right? And so, I could respect the fact that they put a little like a better wattage speaker in there or whatever it is that makes it sound a little clearer. Because like the 5105, which would be more like a Elecraft or whatever, you can barely hear it. It's like I have to turn things all the way up. I'm not kidding you when I say I have a little bit of hearing loss, and I could like just hear the what do you want to call it, like the speaker crackling or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't good, But the
Yeah, you might want to
actually
just see
does
if
a
you can
decent job.
swap that speaker out. I don't know if you can. I looked to see if there was a mod for it, and I couldn't find one.
I'm gonna put 20s in there.
but
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think
But,
I'm
you
being
know-
mocked. I think I'm being mocked in the comments here.
about your fruity stuff,
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go there because it's politically incorrect too. But you brought it out, so I just threw it up there. People can infer what they want from that.
Somebody was asking what flavor of vape stuff I prefer, and I like the fruity stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, I do apple.
Do
Apple's
you?
pretty good. Yeah.
I like the mango and cranberry and all that kind of stuff.
I just like the
No,
coffee.
I wouldn't dare eat that stuff. But
You wouldn't eat a mango?
no.
Man,
Seriously? Why not?
I had a mango.
Well,
for
I'm a man. Hold on a second. We got to chat.
Oh,
We got-
well, what are you telling about me, man?
must be delayed. That took a minute to show up.
Excellent.
It did.
Appreciate that, Keith. Thank you. That's going to the summer short-term Padawans, which I will throw in. We started planning our local field day stuff, and I think we're going to end up trying to have a Padawan station at our local club field day set up.
I'll make it a point to contact you all.
So I got to come up with some band pass filters. I'm going to have to reach out to some people that I might know that I might can convince to send me one. So
Jim over at FEP Lab says he likes the menthol cigs, but I think the government just banned those, didn't they?
That's how they get you.
My kid was telling me something about they're trying to ban flavored vapes or something. I don't know. I didn't.
They've been trying to do that for years.
I feel like they did it like 10 years ago. Yeah.
But now they ban Newports. Can you believe that? Won't be able to go up to the gas station and get a pack of ports.
I can't say I've ever done that, so I don't guess so. My mom's from Newport, if that counts for anything.
Perfect.
So that's all I got there. But
Yeah, that'll be cool as far as field day goes. And yeah, you're going to need some band pass filters. How many people do you think will be operating roughly?
Marty McCart bleeds for you. Marty doesn't get a chance to buy a radio.
Yeah.
The inside joke is Rosa beats him to it all the time.
Right. Hey, Rosa, get that FTDX10 yet?
So there you go. And that 705 is a nice little radio. Jerica doesn't let me play with it too often, but she's going to summer college this summer.
I tell you, I really like the 705. The one thing that does drive me bonkers is that the layout is not exactly the same as the 7300, but it looks like it's the same. So
just miss it every time.
Right. So like I get ready to do something, I'm like, wait, that's not where it is. I really do like that radio a lot.
So
I think it'll be nice to see it at Huntsville Hamfest, and when I get to play with it hands-on, I'll be really interested in. Tell you another thing I'm going to do when I get to Huntsville Hamfest. I'm going to go to that Yaesu booth. I'm going to go straight to the Yaesu booth, straight to the FTDX10, and I'm going to go straight to that lower right-hand corner.
Go see
push
that
that
bounce.
You're right. I'm letting you know, Yaesu, I'm coming after you.
and you can go ask them when they're going to have that nearby repeater option too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're like,
But I would really like to go hands-on with the 705, and because of everything going on in the world right now, we're not allowed to go to Ham Radio Outlet up the road. We can go there, but we can't go in, so how am I supposed to know if I like it? I think
Giga Parts will let you in.
Yeah, but I'm going all the way down there. I might as well just see it at the Hamfest.
Yep.
There is a Gigaparts in Huntsville, right?
There is. That's like the main location. And then I think they have like sub-locations in, like Vegas and Indianapolis maybe? Where they like do drop shipping or whatever.
Yeah.
I might be making that up.
So Ghostman's got the A705 in the mail. I do too. Well, I should say Jerica does, but it's my money. I'm not sure how that worked out. But anyway, I don't have a 705, so it kind of worked out that way. But we're going to go back to the same fishing sign and see if it'll actually tune up with that tuner. That'll be the test, I guess.
Marty says that he can go into HRO out where he's at, and that makes it a lot easier for Rosa to go buy that FTDX10.
Yeah, Marty wouldn't know because apparently he's not allowed to go to the HRO. So,
Damn, son. I do like the FTDX10. I would not mind having one sit here. Joe Collins is more interested in the Lab 599 Discovery TX500.
It doesn't exist.
Yep.
Prove me wrong.
We've given up on it.
Okay, they told me April it was going to be ready by April, and no, it doesn't exist. That's all I'm saying. It's like
Actually,
it's like Bigfoot.
I went onto the HRO site today and I changed it to say, back ordered shipments will be delayed to now in stock, and I sent it to dude. I had one on order last summer, at the end of last summer, and it never showed up.
I don't even care anymore, to be truthful. Like it's one of those things where they kept having these shipping delays and these sending delays, and the company couldn't send YouTubers them. At least that's what they told me. But they sent them to other YouTubers, even with less subscribers. So I've given my hope up on that radio. It looks like a great radio. Don't get me wrong.
I reached out to the company too, but I wasn't like, I am the smoking ape, because I figured that would really upset them.
That's good you didn't tell them that, because that's what I
Right.
told them.
You told them you were the smoking ape, dude? I mean, that's what I say.
I said, I'm
So,
the smoking ape, son.
So
Gets me
Curtis wants to
10%
know.
off.
Go ahead. Curtis wants to know if there's an actual MFJ store. You can actually walk in and buy stuff, but don't expect to walk in and see product on shelves that you can, play with. It's
Oh.
it's like a warehouse. You can walk in and I did that tour of it. I don't know when it was, when Ray and I went down there several months ago, and you can walk in and they've got a sales counter. They'll sell you whatever you want, and they're nice folks. They'll probably take you to the back but you're not gonna. It's not like a show.
Make you wind some toroids.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get to work. Chop, chop.
You get Ape in there on that toroid machine. He might not get up.
Yeah, I'd like to check that out. But yeah, you can't really browse like you're at a store, right?
No, it's you walk in and say, "I want one of these." And like one day, I walked in, and it's been years ago, and I was looking for a new mobile antenna. I just happened to be there for something else in Starkville, and I walked in. He said, "Well, come back here and see what we got." I mean, they're nice guys. They'll take you back there. You can poke through the pile and see what you want, but no, you can't just walk in and.
They sent me a vertical antenna that I don't know how I'm going to be able to put this thing up. It's got a million different radios coming off like
That may be
perpendicular.
That may be the one that's right over here. I've got one too. I don't remember the model number.
But it's in a big old bag. I'd never heard of it.
I feel like
I don't know what the model number is, and I can't see that far.
I feel like at the last YouTubers Hamfest last year, they got a tour of the MFJ factory or warehouse. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep, they went through there, and that's it's an interesting place. You go in there during regular, at 9 or 10 o'clock before everybody goes on lunch break or something. I mean, it's the smell of solder is in the air.
Man, that's nice. That's
like
cool.
a romantic dinner, man.
Have you played with that antenna at all?
That's how
Abe?
mine go.
You're asking me if I played with that antenna?
Yeah. Like, have you?
Not
tried
not the vertical, but I did with the stainless steel whip.
You did.
So I had some fun with that. But the stainless steel whip, I did have some trouble with it, but I don't think I had the radio system set up the way that
what you were
I
saying,
should have
yeah.
had.
It's
And
interesting.
yeah, it is just like the local electrical wholesale store. Now the good thing is because they've also got Ameritron and Cushcraft. They've got they've got like you
High
can.
gain.
And those dudes over there, I imagine, they build those antennas to order. They don't stockpile those antennas in there like the big HF ones.
Right.
But I'm those guys are quick enough with it. I'm willing to bet if you walked in there and said, "Yeah, I want one of these," they could probably have one together if you go grab a pizza for lunch. And come back.
Well, noticed about them is that they are super duper cool, and the customer service is fantastic.
So,
That's the one thing. I believe that they would do that if you walked in there like, "Hey, bro, I really need to get this antenna today." I think they'd make it happen.
so that's like I said, I've been extremely pleased with everything I've dealt with them.
So as I understand it, obviously MFJ's in Mississippi, and from this guy's eyes, because I live up north, Mississippi and Alabama are like 10 minutes apart. So how far is MFJ from Huntsville? Would you say?
2.36 hours.
Oh, I was thinking if it was really.
I'm
10 minutes.
guessing, but no, it's not really 10 minutes. It's.
No, yeah, I know.
But it's a couple hour drive. I mean, it's only an hour and a half for me if I take the right road. And
I think that would be awesome though to be able to go see it, but especially if I'm going to be in Huntsville. But yeah, 2.5 hours, so that's 5 hours round trip. Yeah,
it's
Starting to add up.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
The day trip, son.
yeah, he says a couple hours, so that sounds about right. I've never driven it from Huntsville to there, but it can't be too bad.
We can rent a bus.
Does it look like Jim's got a logo now? Wasn't he talking about that the other day?
Yeah, he does.
Besides,
can't see
yeah,
it.
it does look like it. There's a little bit of gold in there, maybe, or like tan.
That's a palm
Yeah,
tree.
He always flexing.
I can't see
Looks
that.
like-
It's a palm tree.
Looks like the tree in Lord of the Rings.
One tree.
It's the tree of liberty.
So let me ask you this then, too. 'Cause we're off topic, and that's the best part of the show. I love it. We have Gigaparts down there. We have MFJ down there. Are there any other major companies down there as far as radio accessories go or any kind of radio stuff goes? I got something in my mind here,
Not that I know of. I mean, I'm not. I've driven through Huntsville. I went and visited years ago when Child Unit was looking at astrophysics. We went and kind of toured the campus up there. But
Yeah. What about like in the Mississippi? Is there any other major
No.
providers or companies there. I think
No.
Illinois has like Heil microphones.
It's like we've got MFJ, and then we've got some gas stations.
I thought Howell's in St. Louis, but I could be wrong.
Might be East St. Louis, the only St. Louis there is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Heil used to be in Mundelein, Illinois, if I'm correct. And I feel like they moved to the St. Louis area, but I think they're still technically in Illinois.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if I'm wrong, hey, whatever.
All right, so completely off topic, but yeah, we got to figure out what it is in his logo there, because it does. It looks like a gold coin with a tree on it.
Yep.
And he's not figuring out what we're talking about with the tree. So
To me,
Yeah,
it looks
I'll
like
I think he's saying it
radio
is a
waves.
tree.
Oh, it is a tree.
oh,
No, it's an antenna.
Oh,
Radio
so
waves
look
make
like-
more sense.
Yeah, it's an antenna.
so. But anywho, that's about our
Ah.
hour. Is this Ham Nation week or no?
It is not Ham Nation week. I just checked.
It is a
thank
tower with lightning bolts all over the place.
Oh, hopefully the lightning bolts are going out and not in.
Well, speaking of lightning bolts, he had a little bit of severe weather down by his place
Yeah,
last
he
night.
did.
And he took a tree to the ham shack, and it's my understanding that the first thing he checked on was his brand new scope. He ran out there and
Yes.
made sure the scope was okay.
All right. So he just dropped the logo. Let's see what that logo looks like.
Pull it up, T.O.
Yeah, he dropped it in a private chat. Hold on. Let me see what I can do.
He don't want people to know.
Yeah, it's a radio tower.
You trying to be all private? Hang on, see if you can throw it up there. Do I have to give you permission to share it, or did you just hit it?
You know what? It's given Steve Goodgame's radio tower a run for its money.
Yeah,
It
but
don't have
mine has coffee on top,
Come on.
and
You
the
know
child,
what's so
the
funny,
child
though?
unit designed that one.
You know what's so
No,
funny?
take your
I've-
time. Take your time, T.O. Don't rush
I've
yourself.
never noticed that there was coffee on the top of there.
See, and y'all claim to be the ham radio and coffees people, stealing my coffee and not even noticing the coffee's on the tower.
Well, the thing is
I
just
knew
drink
it. I saw it.
I just drink it, man. I don't have time to pay attention to it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness.
I'll throw it up there.
It's
The
There it is.
suspense, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hang
the
on, I gotta-
suspense.
Oh, it's okay. So it's not a tree. Just so you know, from a distance, it looks like a tree.
Yeah.
That looks pretty
It's a
good.
good looking logo, though. I like it.
I would hate to try to have to do that as one of those little stickers, because all those little spots to peel out would be.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, if you were using
Yeah,
vinyl,
vinyl.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We're working on a coffee and ham radios stick or logo, and I like his simplicity of that logo right there. If I don't,
I just
mind
dropped
saying
the link to Jim's channel in the chat.
There you go. So everybody head over to Jim's place. We're about to
tell
wrap
him-
up anyway, so
And
that
tell
works
him
out
Abe
well.
sent you.
So, but all right. So let's say our final goodbyes and whatnot, and then I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I don't have the regular stream open, so I can't pin that. So, but anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you, thank you.
stopping by, and even though
Thanks to everybody in the chat.
drink coffee. Yeah, thanks
Sorry.
in the chat. Thanks for all the support for the summer Padawans. So I do appreciate that, and y'all make sure you click that link and head on over to Jim's place and hit that sub button.
All right, take
So-
care, guys.
All right, y'all
73,
take
y'all.
care. 73, folks.